Welcome to Web 2.0 Summit here in San Francisco. With me I have Vikram Dendi, get that just right. And you have a great deal of insight into what's happening in the search and translation world because of your role at Microsoft. So can you tell me a bit more about what you do?
I'm the Director of Product Management for the translation team. So we run both the Bing Translator service as well as the underlying technology, which is the machine translation technology that powers not just Bing, but also Office and Internet Explorer and a number of partner products as well.
So what's Microsoft doing in the translation service world? How far have you come in the past couple of years? How many languages are you translating now?
Sure. It's actually been a very fascinating journey for the team. It started off as a small incubation in Microsoft Research and as part of the natural language processing group. And over the years, we've had an opportunity to really grow it from being a little incubation project to a full-scale service. So we support about 37 languages right now. We started at around 8, so steadily adding new languages. It's quite a data-driven service, so it really is all about being able to find the right kind of data and training on it. We've got basically the Bing Translator site where you can translate text and web pages and so forth. But when you translate something in Office, you're also hitting our service right now.
Got it. Yeah. So you have partners as well. I think you alluded to that, both Facebook and eBay. What are they doing with the service?
Yeah, so we have a very partner-oriented approach. One of the things that kind of is underlying our overall strategy is that we don't see translation as being a destination. We actually see it more as a tool or a utility service that you would just plug into whatever scenario or whatever destination you're building. So partners are very, very critical for that. The value truly is in what you're offering to the end user, and translation should just be the seamless component in there. So we have a lot of very interesting API partners. We serve over 1 billion translations every month. And we expect that to grow significantly now that someone like Facebook, who's been a great partner, is consuming the translation service. eBay is using it as part of their mobile application, so they translate the listings for the users. But there are a number of other partners, and TripAdvisor and other HarperCollins, a number of other partners.
So the real-world application that I can see gaining quite a bit of use out of is mobile translation. Is that where this is headed?
Mobile translation as a scenario is starting to become very interesting, right? Okay. Like there are a lot of apps out there that are already doing using these kinds of services to deliver interesting value to the users. In Windows Phone, the latest release, there is actually a scenario where you can take a picture of something when you're traveling, which might be in a different language, and translate it into your language. I think in the long term, it's not really about an app, right? It's really going to be about all these experiences. So when you SMS somebody, when you search for something, when you take a picture of something, you expect that if it's not in your language, it will be in your language. And hopefully it will be very seamless. So that's what we want to enable, and that's what we are trying to do.
So last question, how close am I to being able to connect with someone around the world who's living in a different country, speaking a different language, talk to them through whatever connected device I have, and have them be able to almost synchronously get back something when I'm talking to them?
You're there.
Okay.
So we actually had a couple of scenarios that we delivered. One is with Messenger. So in Windows Live Messenger, there is a bot, an agent, that you can add as your buddy. And you can have a conversation with the buddy, and the buddy is able to just translate whatever you're saying. But the more interesting one is where you start a conversation with someone, like you said, on the other side of the world, and you add the translation bot to that conversation. Now it becomes a 3-way conversation where you're speaking in your language, the bot is translating the other way, and then they're speaking in their language and it's translating back in real time. So this is available, and we have hundreds of thousands of users that use it today.
I need to go back and check out Messenger again.
Yeah, and similarly in the enterprise communicator, Microsoft's Link, There is a conversation translator, which has been quite in the news lately, which is another implementation of this, where the other person doesn't need to know that you're actually using a translation tool. You can use it. I mean, it's possible that you might know a little bit of this language, so you use it as an assistance, but you don't want the other person to know. So that's another implementation of the same type of an approach.
Well, as usual, we live in interesting times.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much for the conversation.
Yeah.